dive right into Bitcoin's chart. And what we can see here on Bitcoin is that, notice this is really important, guys. So again, if you've taken the Winning Trader series, if you know the methodology that I teach, this is super, super important. You'll see it. So we had a big push last week. We closed above 60,000. But what did I say?
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. Let's join Gareth in this video about Bitcoin and more.
We are only in a neutral on the bias of Bitcoin because it has not confirmed above. When it confirms below, you must reconfirm above, otherwise it could be a fake out by institutional money. Sure enough, didn't confirm, closed back below. So again, a great example of how important confirmation is and learning that technical indicator, again, basically guiding me in almost every breakout or breakdown that I watch to see if it's real or not. All right, now what are we seeing today? Well, look at how Bitcoin is inching up, but it's struggling at 60,000 again. So 60,000 to me is a very pivotal line in the sand. We need to confirm above it to really have a shot at going back to about the highs here, which would be around the 69, 70,000 range. As long as we stay below, you honestly have to maintain a short-term bias of negativity on Bitcoin. So below 60,000 favors a slight benefit towards or likelihood of a move back down, at least down to this area here. I want to put in a quick trend line so you guys can see. We take this low, we drag it across. You can see the low of the body of these candles right there. So this would be a little bit of support here at 53,700. And if it gets through that, you likely retest that 49,000 level. But right now, again, back below 60,000. If we close today above 60,000, the bias goes back to neutral, but not bullish unless it confirms. All right, and I'll walk you guys through that in the coming days. Ethereum today, guys, we have our levels on Ethereum here already laid out on the chart. Support was right down here. We have an up move inside bar. We still haven't hit resistance yet on Ethereum, but I love the price action on Ethereum today. It's looking strong, a little bullish flag pattern in here. So I would say it does favor a move up to 28.16, maybe even 29.50 to 3,000. This will be your key level of resistance. Same thing applies as with Bitcoin. If you close above, it doesn't matter. It's whether or not it confirms above. Confirmation is everything here.
Bitcoin may face a dip to $44,000 in early September, before potentially rallying to $150,000 later in the year, according to analysts. Bitcoin's decline to $58,000 has pushed the crypto fear and greed index to extreme fear levels, heightening market uncertainty. While some analysts foresee a bearish start to September, with a possible drop to $44,000, others believe this could be an accumulation phase leading to a strong rally. A bullish cycle is anticipated after September, with some expecting Bitcoin to surge to $150,000, drawing parallels to previous market recoveries. Elon Musk and Donald Trump are set to discuss various topics, potentially including cryptocurrencies, in an X Spaces event, sparking excitement in the crypto community. Donald Trump Jr. hinted at a major crypto-related announcement, reflecting the Trump family's growing engagement with digital currencies, particularly in DeFi and NFTs. The meeting comes amid significant market volatility, with Bitcoin recently dipping to around $58,500. Investors are eager to see if the discussion will trigger a market rebound. While crypto is a key focus, the conversation may cover a wide range of subjects including technology, finance, and macroeconomics, offering insights into various sectors.
Market psychology works is that you go from extreme fear and you have to get the markets back or investors back to a more equilibrium status before the next down leg can come in. If you have too many people on the bearish side, it doesn't work. The markets can't sell off, right? Because there's too many shorts covering. There's too many people ultimately that can buy into a market. So you have to kind of switch them back into the bullish mode before the markets can flush again. All right. And again, that's psychology and how charts actually work. Now, if we look at the spiders here, the S&P 500, we can see we closed on Friday around 532.70. We're trading upwards of around 534.50, give or take. So it's a slight gain on the S&P this morning, nothing crazy. But if we look at the daily chart, this is where we can start to find our targets, right? So what I do is I look and I say, okay, well, where could the markets go before they run into significant resistance? And again, there's a couple levels to watch here. So number one, what we want to do is we want to see what levels, and we zoom out on the charts and we see the trend lines. And what we could do here is take a trend line here and stretch it into this zone here, all right? And so what we have is a basic low pivot from October, which was kind of that one pullback we had before the bull run that took us all the way up to the recent all-time highs. And we take that low, we connected through the only pivot we have in here, which is basically a three-pronged pivot, 1, 2, and 3. And then what we see is the markets were right here, and then they broke down. And that's where the big flush came in. So the way technical analysis works is oftentimes you'll see a market that wants to go back to what I call the scene of the crime, essentially wanting to go back to that trend line and check in and say, oh, okay, we're there, and then the next sell-off can go. Now, what's interesting about this is we also have a secondary trend line right here, where if we connect this high to this high, it coexists right at that same level. And then just below that, we have a gap fill. And so essentially what this does is it creates a zone of resistance on the S&P or the spiders. And essentially, if we get up into this range, starting around 543.50, all the way up to about 548, this is going to be huge resistance on the S&P 500. All right, guys, epic, epic, epic resistance. All right, so that's in general what I'm eyeing here for the markets in terms of upside and where we could ultimately go. I'm just erasing these lines because I want to show you guys something else. So when the markets were dumping out, all right, number one, we had this little pivot here, but it kind of seems like an arbitrary pivot. Why did we come down to this level versus here or here and get a bounce? And what I like to do is I like to always look for answers. It's almost like a puzzle. And what I like to do is I like to go back and I take the lowest point of the bear market in 2022, right? So we know that we bottomed out from the previous all-time high here, and we pulled back into this low. That was the bear market of 2022 that started this bull run. And what I love to do is I love to just say, okay, well, you know, that line, yeah, I mean, there's a little pivot there, but why, you know, what really determines that? And what's so interesting here is that this general area here, if you take your Fibonacci tool and you take the low of the bear market in 2022 to the high, the all-time high, the recent all-time high, we actually end up seeing that there's a 236 fib level right around that same point as well.
Stablecoin issuer Tether has slammed the baseless claims that it illegally liquidated Celsius Network's Bitcoin collateral. Tether accused the crypto lender of trying to improperly impose the costs of Celsius mismanagement and failure on Tether. Turkey's Capital Markets Board has issued an update on crypto asset service providers following new regulations. The provisional lists include 47 operational companies and 3 that are planning to liquidate. Current crypto service providers are required to apply for permits or proceed with liquidation by specified deadlines, with legal repercussions for noncompliance. Ripple's chief legal officer has addressed the possibility of an appeal by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, following the $125 million final judgment in the XRP case. He suggested that if the Biden-Harris administration is committed to resetting its stance on crypto, the securities regulator should not seek to appeal. He noted that the SEC lost on everything important, highlighting that the court firmly rejected the notion that XRP itself could be classified as a security. If you've been with us so far, a big thank you. Don't forget to subscribe for free to Bitcoin Zella for your daily news. The link is waiting below. That's all for today's crypto news. Stick around for more updates, insights, and analysis on cryptocurrencies. Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more exciting content.